Hey everybody, welcome back to the next episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! Power of Chaos Joey the Passion. Just a little side note, I did figure out what was going on with the deck construction and why the cards were not saving from the previous episodes. It's as simple as when I make the change in this section here, you do have to go back. You do have to go back to the main page in order for it to actually save. So if anyone ever plays this game and you experience the same little thing as myself, that is the reason why. It's simple and can be easily overlooked. So just a little side note there. Let's take a look at where we are currently with our card list. We have 14.2% of the list complete. That is 50 cards out of 350. So appreciate you being here for the journey. And it has been a journey. So let's hop into it. And we leveled up, so we're 3 stars now. The AI for Mr. Wheeler is definitely going to get a little stronger. Not overly thrilled about that currently, just with how our cards are looking so far. So definitely need to replace a couple more things. We will be going second. Hey, we got our 2 new cards, finally. Special, oh boy. That's Jinzo. We're off to it. Not the best start. Oh, you can put that card down, Mr. Wheeler. It's a trap, it's not activating. Alright, let's talk about what he just did. I know this is a special summon. So he special summoned the Gillosaurus, a new card for us to see. 3-star monster with 1400 attack and 400 defense. And you can treat the normal summon of this card as a special summon. If you select special summon, your opponent may select a monster card from his or her graveyard and special summon the monster on the field. That's pretty good, actually. I like that card a lot. Especially if your opponent has no cards, and you can use it as tribute fodder, which is what he did to bring forth potentially the strongest 6-star monster in this entire game because of its effect. It's not the strongest in terms of attack and defense, 2400 and 1500, but it is the second strongest. I believe the Cyber Tech Alligator at 2500 is the strongest just in terms of pure attack. But it does have probably the best effect of any one tribute monster in this game, and that is as long as this card remains face up on the field, all trap cards cannot be activated. The effect of all face up trap cards are also negated. That is a hard card to deal with because it's already got 2400 attack, which is already very tough to deal with, and you can't use trap cards to counter it. So let's take a look what we have. We drew the new card that we have, Time Seal, which is a trap card, and your opponent skips the draw phase of his or her next turn. We also got Kiko the Ghost Destroyer, which is a 4-star effect monster with 1800 attack and 700 defense. And the effect is, each time this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent's life points, you can remove up to 2 cards in your opponent's graveyard from play. In addition, as long as this card remains face up in the field, your opponent cannot remove any cards in either graveyard from play. I like that effect, actually. We also got Penguin Soldier, which is a 2-star effect monster with 750 attack and 500 defense, with a flip effect of you can return up to 2 monster cards from the field to your owner's hand. And we have 3 normal monsters. We have the 3-star Baby Dragon with 1200 attack and 700 defense. We have the Gross Ghost of Field Dreams, 4-star monster with 1300 attack and 1800 defense. And we have the Alligator Sword, 4-star monster, 1500 attack and 1200 defense. The only thing we have that could potentially deal with Jinjo right now is this Penguin Soldier to return it to Joey's hand. So we will put that down. We might as well just put this Time Seal down for if we can get a chance to use it once Jinzo's off the field. And we'll go with that. Alright, that's fine because you're not going to tribute your Jinzo to use it. So fine with me, although that's going to be... He is going to get, unfortunately, it back on the field. But, alright. Well, we can return up to 2 monsters on the field. We're going to do both the Panther Warrior and the Jinzo. The problem now that I see is the Panther Warrior. This card cannot attack unless you offer 1 monster on your field as a tribute. It's a 4-star with a 2000 attack and a 1600 defense. What is he activating? Ah, the Solemn Wishes. We've seen this before. It's a continuous trap card. And you can gain 500 life points when you draw cards or cards. The problem is he's going to get the Panther Warrior on the field next turn. I can't actually stop a 2000 attack monster. And when that happens, he will just sacrifice his Panther Warrior to bring back Jinzo. And I don't really have anything that could potentially stop that from happening right now. Let's go with Kiko the Ghost Destroyer in attack mode just to get some life point damage on him. I'm not too concerned about his face down card right now because, like I said, Jinzo's coming back on the field. Is it even worth him skipping his draw phase next turn? I can remove monsters from play, might as well. Get rid of this Gillosaurus so he can't bring it back. Nah, we'll hold. We'll let him draw. I don't really think it makes a difference right now, especially because Panther Warrior is coming back onto the field. So he will get Jinzo back on the field next turn unless I can find a way this turn to stop it. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like we have much that can stop it. Let's just use one of these Mystical Space Typhoons. It's a counter magic card, destroy one spell or trap card on the field. Let's just get rid of whatever that other face down card is. Just why not? So we got rid of his backup soldier. We've had this in the past. It's a trap card, and you can activate this card when there are 5 or more monster cards in your graveyard. Take up to 3 monster cards, except monsters with effects, with an attack of 1500 points or less from your graveyard and add them to your hand. Well, let's just put the Gross Ghost of Field Dreams into defense position. I'll keep the Kiko the Ghost Destroyer in attack position and just take the life point hit when he does summon Jinzo. Just in case he does something different is my thought process here. I don't see why he wouldn't. Like I said, he might have just summoned another normal monster, in which case I wanted him to force him to use Panther Warrior to attack me. But I figured Jinzo was the most likely route that he was going to take. But you never know. So it's only 600 life points. I don't feel like that is necessarily a bad trade at this stage in the game. Although we are behind the 8-ball like crazy here. We drew Harpy's Feather Duster, so that's a spell card that destroys all your opponent's spell and trap cards on the field. Don't see a need to do that right now. I just got to play the defensive game right now and hope I can find a way to break through. Let's put Baby Dragon into defense mode. Let's hope he doesn't have another monster he can summon onto the field. Probably does. Let's see, though.
I activate my spell card.
Oh, boy. Well, at least he doesn't have another monster. I'll actually take that with the no monster. But he did play United We Stand. Oh, no, he did put a monster in defense position. Interesting. All right, United Stand. It's a equip spell card. For every face-up monster you control, increase the attack and defense of the equipped monster by 800 points. Okay, good. I have Tribute to the Doom. You guys know this is one of my favorite spell cards of all time. And I can discard 1 card from my hand to the graveyard to destroy 1 monster card on the field regardless of position. So first things first, let's use this Harpy's Feather Duster to get rid of all of these cards. I don't know what this is, but could it potentially stop Tribute to the Doomed? No, right? So there's no point actually using Harpy's Feather Duster because it would have to be a trap card, and you can't use traps with Jinzo on the field. So I don't feel like he can stop the Tribute to the Doomed from happening, so let's just go with that. I am going to get rid of the Alligator Sword because I do believe that these 2 cards have more value to me, just to get rid of whatever he might place on the field. So we'll just do that, and we will get rid of the Jinzo. Let's use the Mystical Space Typhoon on whatever he has face down, just to prevent anything bad from happening our way. It was the Skull Dice. So that's a trap card we've seen before. So roll 1 6-sided dice. The result is multiplied by 100 points and subtracted from the attack and defense of all monsters in your opponent's control. Till the end of your turn, monsters summoned after this card have been excluded. So it's the opposite of Grateful Dice. I am going to flip the Baby Dragon to attack mode. And I'm going to try to wipe out whatever this is. Hopefully it's nothing too strong. All right. So 4-star Ladybug of Doom. It also has 1200 defense. It is a 3-star monster with 800 attack and 1200 defense. Destroys all face-up level 4 monsters to your side of the field. So even if I had Alligator Sword, which I just discarded, it would have been destroyed. So worried that he does have another tribute monster. So to prevent that from hopefully happening, or at least him gaining a tribute monster, I am going to finally use this time seal. So he can't draw next turn. I am just trying to bide my time. Hopefully he doesn't have a tribute monster. Hopefully he doesn't have another monster in general. He's got a tribute monster. Well, nothing I could have done there. And it's Amphibian Beast, of course. Another really strong 6-star monster, which I wish I had. Normal, 2400 attack, 2000 defense. So I'm going to need something big here. It's not looking good for us. Dark Zebra is not it. So he has 7,200 life points. I have 6,200. All I can do is protect my life points at this point. So we will just put the Dark Zebra in a defense mode. Dark Zebra is a 4-star monster with 1,800 attack and 400 defense. And if this is the only card in your control during your standby phase, it's automatically placed in the defense position. You cannot change the position of this card during this turn. So we weren't gonna beat 2,400 with 1,800 anyways. Hopefully he doesn't get a monster here, so he can attack us directly.
I activate my spell card.
Oh boy. Yeah, that's Jinzo back on the field. I can get rid of that with the Harpy's Feather Duster, but it's not going to be too good for us. I can't deal with both of these cards. I don't even know what I could draw at this point. Monster Reborn would be helpful if I can then put Jinzo back into the graveyard and bring it back, but I don't think there's anything else. That Morphing Jar, that ain't it. Well, I can use, so Premature Burial is a spell card. You pay 800 life points and you select one monster from your graveyard. You special summon it on the field in face-up attack position and equip it with this card. When this card is destroyed, the monsters are destroyed. So I have to use Harpy's Feather Duster now to put Jinzo back into the graveyard because it is equipped to Jinzo. I'll just throw this down as a bluff. I don't think the AI really cares about that. I have 3,800 life points left. I basically need him not to draw a monster here. And I need, I think, like Monster Reborn next turn. I need Morphing Jar number 2. And never mind. We are donezo. Of course he gets the Gemini Elf. You guys know how I feel about Gemini Elf. I love it when I have it. I hate it when it's against me. It is a 4-star monster, 1,900 attack, 900 defense. It's the best 4-star normal monster in this game, and no negative impact if it would have an effect. So we take an L on the first duel. We got 2 more to hopefully win here. Let's go first. Like I said, our deck needs some work. We need some more powerful cards. He's definitely got us in the powerful cards section. So, all right, much better starting hand. I'm happy with this. So let's talk about what we got. We have the new card, the Kotodama. It's a 3-star effect monster with 0 attack and 1,600 defense. And as long as this card remains face up in the field, monsters of the same name cannot exist on the field at the same time. Face down cards not included. If a card of the same name is summoned on a later turn, this card is destroyed. If 2 cards of the same name are played at the same time, both cards are destroyed. This isn't a good card by any stretch of the imagination, but I took it for the 1,600 defense, and that's kind of the dire states we are in with this deck. It's just the best that we could do. We have the Morphing Jar number 2, great defensive card, as you guys know. I like this card a lot. 3-star monster with 800 defense and 800 attack and 700 defense. It has a flip effect of return all monster cards on the field to the respective decks and shuffle them. You and your opponent then pick up cards until you both have the same number of monster cards, level 4 or lower, that return to each deck. Special summon the monsters on the field in face down defense position. Any other cards picked up are discarded to the graveyard. So if he does get Jinzo or that Amphibian Beast back on the field, I can use that defense. Sagan, 3-star, 1,000 attack, 600 defense. When this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, move 1 monster with an attack of 1,500 or less from your deck to your hand. Your deck is then shuffled. We have the time seal again, so that your opponent skips the draw phase of his or her next turn. And we have 2 normal monsters, the Gross of Field Dreams again. 1,300 attack, 1,800 defense, and what I just said, Gemini Elf, love it when I have it, hate it when my opponent has it. 4-star monster, 1,900 attack, 900 defense. I don't want to lose the Gemini Elf just in case he has something to start. So I'm just going to put the Time Seal down. And the Gross of Field Dreams is my next highest defense or attack monster at 1800. So I will throw that into defense position and hope that he cannot break through it. Panther Warrior. Man, that card is just... because it's just such great tribute fodder for him. And he's got 2 cards behind it, so that's going to be tough. I feel okay with the Morphing Jar, just in case he does get something on the field. There's the Solemn Wishes again, the continuous trap card. You gain 500 life points when you draw a card or cards. All right, I am thinking that he has something here with these 3 cards to tribute Panther Warrior for. So I'm going to put Sagan in defense mode. With the thought that I can bring at least something to my hand to protect myself in case he does bring a more powerful tribute monster onto the field. So let's go with that and see what he does. Jinzo, 2 games in a row. All right, we're in a better spot to deal with Jinzo, though, this time around. So at least there is that. Okay. So he's playing Monster Reborn. He's not going to tribute, though, the Jinzo for Panther Warrior, is he? That would be dumb. All right, so yeah, like my thought process, he just destroyed my Sagan, which allows me to bring something to my hands, or my deck. We have some okay options. I could do, what my thought process here is I could bring the Blast Sphere to my hand so that maybe he uses Jinzo to attack it, and it will equip itself to him and destroy him. We could do Witch of the Black Forest to get a more higher attack monster into our hand. Or we can do the Penguin Soldier to return cards to his hand. I think we're going to do the Penguin Soldier. As always, guys, let me know how I'm doing strategy-wise in this game. If you think I'm making the wrong moves, I would love to hear from you guys in the comments. But I'm going with Penguin Soldier for a more defensive strategy because I know he has Jinzo. And probably Amphibian Beast, if I had to guess, in his hand. That's just how this game works. But 2-star monster, 750 attack, 500 defense. You can return up to 2 monster cards from the field to your owner's hand. So we'll do that. Now we have Morphing Jar and Sagan, so we have 2 ways to protect ourselves. He's not... Okay, I was going to say, I didn't think he was going to use the Panther Warrior. In order to use Panther Warrior, 4-star monster, 2,000 attack, 1,600 defense. As I always say about this game, if you have a non-tribute monster that has more than 1,900 attack, it usually comes with a negative impact, or it always comes with a negative effect. And this card is a negative one. This card cannot attack unless you offer one of your monsters on the field as tribute. I still like Panther Warrior in general, and I wish I had it because you don't need to attack. You can just, like we saw in the last duel, you can throw it on the field and just wait until you have something to tribute it, or just protect your life points with it. But anywho, we just drew the Baby Dragon. So 3-star monster, 1,200 attack, 700 defense. Let's go with the Penguin Soldier in defense position so that we can get... Is that going to do anything? No, right? Because then... Well, he'll have to sacrifice the Panther Warrior, though. And then we could maybe use the Morphing Jar number 2. Or do we just do Morphing Jar number 2 now? I think we just do Morphing Jar number 2 now. Because I want to try to get the Panther Warrior shuffled back into his deck so he doesn't have it. And it will give me an opening. And I'll hold the Penguin Soldier just in case he does bring the Jinzo back up. So we'll do the Morphing Jar number 2 strategy. Trying to get the Jinzo and the Panther Warrior shuffled back into his deck.
I summon Alligator Sword.
Alright, card that we have. Normal 4-star with 1,500 attack and 1,200 defense. Good. He attacked the Morphing Jar first. I'm happy because that will allow me to get a monster on the field. So he's going to go 3 back into his deck, and I'm going to go 1. So he's going to get good. Amphibian Feast goes to the graveyard. All right, so we got Cyber Falcon, 1,400 attack, 1,200 defense. Rocket Warrior, 1,500 and 1,300. All right, and I get a Island Turtle. So I did lose Tribute to the Doom, unfortunately. That sucks. You know how much I love that card, as I just discussed. But these are monsters I can actually take advantage of. Unfortunately, not with the Island Turtle. So 4-star monster, 1,100 attack, and 2,000 defense. We know Rocket Warrior has a 1,300 defense, and the Cyber Falcon has a 1,200 defense. So We won't break through with the Island Turtle, but we will break through with something else. So we just drew the Goblin Attack Force. I like this card. 4-star monster, 2300 attack, 0 defense. Like I said, anything over 1900, which is a non-tributed monster, comes with a negative impact, which this card has. When this card battles, it is changed to defense position at the end of the battle phase. This position cannot be changed during your next turn, so it's basically a one-shot hit, and then it goes into defense position where it has 0, and it's basically probably going to get destroyed in the next turn. So, all right, I am going to summon the Kiko the Ghost Destroyer, which I also drew and forgot to mention, so apologies. It is a 4-star monster, 1800 attack, 700 defense. With each time this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent's life points, you can remove up to 2 cards in your opponent's graveyard from play. In addition, as long as this card remains face up on the field, your opponent cannot remove any cards in either their graveyard from play. I can use this to destroy one of his monsters, and then we pray and hope that he can't tribute the other one. That's basically where we're at. So we got rid of the Cyber Falcon. It's a normal 4-star monster with 1400 attack and 12 defense. I am going to go activate this Time Seal now, just so he can't draw next turn. I'm hoping whatever these 2 cards are, not one of them is a tribute monster, but we will find out together. End it there. Can't destroy that Rocket Warrior, unfortunately. Fine. Whatever. Don't tribute. Okay. Perfect. Don't care about that. So Rocket Warrior is a 4-star monster with 1500 attack and 1300 defense. Oh, they did tribute a monster after the fact. When this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can move one monster with an attack of 1500 or less from your deck to your hand. Your deck's then shuffled. He did summon this. This is a Sagan, a 3-star monster with a 1000 attack and 600 defense. And Rocket Warrior has the effect of this card can only be applied during the battle phase of your own turn. Any damage this monster takes is reduced to 0. Any monster attacked by this card has its attack decreased by 500 points till the end of that turn. So that's why you saw the Kiko the Ghost Destroyer go from 1800 to 1300. We just drew the Gadget Soldier, a 6-star monster with 1800 attack and 2000 defense. You can see how weak my deck is when he has things like Jinzo as a 1 tribute monster with 2400 attack and the best effect in the game with the traps, or even Amphibian Beast with 2400. And this is what I'm dealing with. So we got to definitely focus on getting better cards, but nothing we can do right now. All right, let's get the Gemini Elf on the field, because it's the highest attack monster I have without a negative impact. We are going to put the Island Turtle also into attack position. We're going to use the Island Turtle to attack and destroy the Sangan. Let's see what he takes to his hand. He took his own Island Turtle. That's smart. That's going to hurt if he can tribute it, but we do have Goblin Attack Force, so I'm not too worried. Let's use the Gemini Elf to attack this Rocket Warrior. And we'll use Kiko the Ghost Destroyer to attack life points directly. And I was trying to do this to get rid of cards in his graveyard, but he's got Scapegoat, which is a spell card. And what it does is when this card is activated, you cannot summon any monsters in the same turn, including Flip Summon and Special Summon. Place 4 Sheep tokens, which have a 0 attack or defense in the defense position on your side of the field. The tokens cannot be used as tribute for the tribute summon, and it's a counter magic card. So he protected his life points, smart. He's got 3 tokens now, but that's okay. I was trying to use Kiko the Ghost Destroyer to remove some of his monsters from play, but it is what it is. So we're both still at 8,000 life points, but he's got 8,500 now. Hopefully he doesn't have anything to really target us. Premature Burial. So he's playing 800 life points. Here comes the Amphibian Beast. That sucks, but it is what it is. He's taking out our Island Turtle. I think he's probably going to put his own Island Turtle into defense position here. Yep. And a trap.
Let me give you a little hint. You better be careful, because this card's a trap. I end my turn.
Okay, so he played Premature Burial. And that's you can pay 800 life points, select 1 monster card from your graveyard, special summon on the field, and face up attack position, and equip it with this card. When this card is destroyed, the monsters are destroyed. And he did that to bring back his Amphibian Beast, which is that 6-star monster with 2400 attack, 2000 defense. Very happy to see what we just drew. We drew the Mystical Space Typhoon, that counter magic card that destroys 1 spell or trap card on the field, which is great because I can use it to get rid of the Premature Burial and send the Amphibian Beast back to the graveyard. And that is exactly what we're going to do. So we can get rid of this dang amphibian beast. I am now going to summon the Goblin Attack Force because I'm almost positive this is Island Turtle with the 2000 defense, and it's the only thing that I have that can break through it. So we will use the Goblin Attack Force to attack that. It is the... He is playing the Grateful Dice. We're hoping for nothing higher than 2. He got a 4, so we are going to take the negative trade there, but that's okay. Because he doesn't have any monsters at least. So Grateful Dice, that counter magic card, roll 1 6-sided dice. The result is multiplied by 100 points and added to the attack and defense of all monsters you control until the end of your turn. Monsters summoned after discarded activation are excluded. So that stops the Goblin Attack Force, but nothing we can do there. We'll use the other 2 monsters, Kiko and the Gemini Elf, to destroy some of his sheep tokens here. We're hoping he doesn't draw a monster this turn, because the Goblin Attack Force is going into defense position with 0. I really want to try to get Goblin Attack Force back into attack position to finish off the Island Turtle. Unless he destroys the Goblin Attack Force, which is a dumb move in my opinion as the AI, because now I can destroy his Island Turtle. Unless this card has something to do with something, not really sure, but... Alright, we drew Magical Cylinders. It's a really, really good trap card. Negate the attack of one of your opponent's monsters and inflict direct damage equal to the attacking monster's attacking your opponent's life points. So we'll throw that down. Baby Dragon is the next 1 summon, no tribute, meaning, like what I'm trying to say is that they don't have to tribute monster with the highest attack. So we'll summon the Baby Dragon. We'll use the Baby Dragon to attack and destroy the Island Turtle. He's got Skull Dice. All right, that was going to happen regardless. So it's the opposite of Grateful Dice, so I'm going to lose up to 600, 300 in this case. So I will lose my Baby Dragon as a result, but that's okay. At least we get rid of the Skull Dice. I will use the Kiko, the Ghost Destroyer, to destroy the Island Turtle, and the reason I'm doing that is because it's life point damage. If I would have used Kiko on the defense position monster, I wouldn't be able to remove monsters from play. I think it's more important to remove monsters from play because I don't want to see the Amphibian Beast back on the field. And I also don't want to see Sagan, because then he could maybe summon something. So I could have gotten more if I would have used the Gemini Elf in his life points, but I think it's more important to remove from play. And we'll use the Gemini Elf to attack a sheep token. I feel like we're in a good position. We have 6,400 life points to his 78, but he's got 0 cards. So he's going to have a big draw here. With no monsters on the field as well to really kind of get us back. Which he could do with like Panther Warrior or something. Oh, he has his own Kiko, the Ghost Destroyer. Okay, that's fine. If I was him, I would have taken the trade. But whatever. We just drew the Dark Zebra. It's a 4-star monster, 1800 attack, 400 defense. If this is the only card in your control during your standby phase, it is automatically placed in defense position. You cannot change the position of this card during the same turn. So we don't need to worry about that with 2 other monsters on the field. We will summon that Dark Zebra. We can use the Gemini Elf to destroy his Kiko, the Ghost Destroyer. And we'll use our other 2 1800 attack monsters to attack him directly.
Not too shit, but you ain't gonna beat me with those lame attacks.
And we can remove from play. Let's get rid of his Kiko and the Island Turtle, so we don't have to see those cards ever again, hopefully. And Dark Zebra to attack him directly.
Not too shit, but you ain't gonna beat me with those lame attacks.
While it looks really good for us, there are cards that he can come back with. All he needs is a monster, well, not a monster reborn because you're removed from play, but he needs like Panther Warrior. I wouldn't be able to break through right away, even though I have Penguin Soldier to buy me a turn. If that's another Island Turtle, that's going to be tough to break through. So we do have to play it kind of safe here. We did do Buster Blader. That makes me feel pretty good. It's a 7-star monster, 2600 attack, 2300 defense. The attack this card increases by 500 points for every dragon-type monster on your opponent's side of the field or graveyard. Let's put the Penguin Soldier down with the hope that he doesn't attack it next turn, so I can return whatever he's bringing to play to his hands. We'll use Gemini Elf to destroy, hopefully this. Yep, just a baby dragon. 3-star monster, 1200 attack, 700 defense. And we'll use these other 2 monsters to attack him directly.
Not too shit, but But you ain't gonna beat me with those lame attacks.
We can remove from play again, which we gladly will do. So we'll do the Rocket Warrior and the Cyber Falcon. Hopefully the next turn is the last turn for him.
But you ain't gonna beat me with those lame attacks.
I could have finished him off this turn if I had actually drawn something that was not a tribute monster with at least 1,500 attack points, but we're in a pretty commanding position, so I don't really feel like one extra turn is going to really do anything. Darkfire Soldier #1, a 4-star monster with 1,700 attack and 1,150 defense. He is deciding to destroy our Penguin Soldier. We can now send that Darkfire Soldier back to his hand, and he is wide open for an attack and a win. We just drew the Axe Raider, a 4-star monster with 1,700 attack and 1,150 defense. Let's just get the Buster Soldier onto the field just to make this a one-shot whammy instead of having to use 2 monsters. So that brings 3,100 up to 3,100 attack because the baby dragon he has is in the graveyard. So it gains 500 points because of his effect. And there we go. All right, 1 for 1. So all the marbles come down to this last duel with Mr. Wheeler for the day. Hopefully he doesn't get Jinzo and Amphibian Beast and Panther Warrior and a bunch of other cards that we can't handle. So let's see what we got. We're going second. I like our hand.
I'll just go along and set this card here. Let me give you a little hint. You better be careful, because this card's a trap.
Alright, so he went something in defense position and 1 card down. So it's the Solomon Wishes again. You can gain 500 life points when you draw cards. Can use trap. What do we have? So we have the Magical Cylinders. It's a trap card. Negate the attack of one of your opponent's monsters and inflict direct damage equal to the attacking monster's attack in your opponent's side of the field. We also have the Torrential Tribute. I love this card. You can activate this card when a monster is summoned, including flip summon and special summon. Destroy all monsters on your field. We have Sangan, the 3-star, 1,000 attack, 600 defense. When this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, move 1 monster with an attack of 1,500 or less from your deck to your hand. Your deck is then shuffled. We just got the UFO Turtle. First time drawing it, I believe. 4-star monster, 1,400 attack, 1,200 defense. When this card is sent to the graveyard or result of battle, you may select 1 fire monster with an attack of 1,500 or less from your deck and special summon it to the field in face-up attack position. No tribute is required for monsters of level 4 or more. The deck is then shuffled. I don't have any other fire monsters really that apply to this. I have fire monsters like Flame Service, but it doesn't apply to the 1,500 or less. The only reason I have this card in my deck is because it has 1,400 attack, which is very weak, but for this deck, it's not too bad. That's just the position we are. And we have the Baby Dragon, 3-star, 1,200 attack, 700 defense, and the Axe Raider, 4-star, 1,700 attack, 1,150 defense. I'm going to start off with Torrential Tribute face down. I'm not going to put both of these cards down just in case he finds a way to get this off the field. I don't want to lose both, like if he has Harpy's Feather Duster, so we'll hold on to 1. I'm going to put the Axe Raider in attack mode because it's our highest attacking monster, and hopefully destroy whatever this is. Don't be Island Turtle. It's Island Turtle. Sometimes you call it. So, 4-star monster, 1,100 attack, 2,000 defense. Please, if you're going to tribute, do not tribute for Jinzo, because that would be bad. So there's the plus 500 from Solomon Wishes. Okay, he's not tributing. He played a monster in defense and another card down. Okay, we drew Polymerization, which is a magic card, which fuses 2 or more fusion material monsters to form a new fusion monster. We have the Baby Dragon. If we can get the Alligator Sword, we can start going directly at him. I'm going to put the UFO Turtle in defense with the thought process that he will summon something to attack it, and then I can use Axe Raider the following turn to destroy whatever that is. I'm not breaking through right now because he's got this 2,000 defense machine on the board, but we're going to attack whatever his other monster is. Okay, the Kodomoma, which we have ourselves. Let's see what the Grateful Dice does first. Hopefully it's not, well, it'd have to be only a 1, but yeah, we're going to take a hit there. That's fine. So anyway, the Kotomadama Tomadama. I don't know. You guys can tell me how I'm saying that. That's a monster we have. It's a 3-star with 0 attack, 600 defense. So on this card remains face up on the field, monsters of the same name cannot exist on the field at the same time. Face down cards not included. If a card of the same name is summoned in a later turn, the card is destroyed. If 2 cards of the same name are played at the same time, both cards are destroyed. We've seen Graceful Dice. We have it ourselves. Counter magic card. Roll 1 6-sided die. The result is multiplied by 100 points and added to the attack and defense of all monsters you control until the end of your turn. Monsters summoned after this card activation are excluded. So he protected himself for at least 1 turn. I hope he doesn't double tribute here, but we'll see what happens. I'm thinking a tribute is definitely coming here. So
changing it to attack.
all right, this is what I was hoping for. The AI making a dumb move and putting the island turtle in attack mode, attacking the UFO turtle. He's going to lose 100, but this gives me a chance to destroy the island turtle now with my Axe Raider, which I'm very happy to do. All right, so we drew Penguin Soldier. This makes me feel really good defensively, so I'm glad we got that. It's a 2-star monster with 750 attack, 500 defense. With the flip effect of you can return up to 2 monster cards from your field to the grave to the owner's hand. Not going to play that because I definitely want to protect myself. I'm holding on to Baby Dragon now that I have Polymerization with the hope that we get the Alligator Sword as well. So I am going to throw Sagan into defense position with the same process I did with the UFO Turtle, hoping that he comes after it with whatever his next card is. I will put the UFO Turtle into attack position. I am going to use the UFO Turtle to destroy the Island Turtle. Turtle versus Turtle violence. And then I will use the Axe Raider to hopefully destroy whatever this monster is face down. So the Swordsman of Landstar, a 3-star normal monster with 500 attack and 1200 defense.
Summon Alligator Sword.
There's the Alligator Sword, 4-star monster, 1500 attack, 1200 defense. But I'm feeling like we're in a pretty good position here. So he's attacking my UFO Turtle, but that's okay. I don't have anything to add with that. He is playing another card face down. Okay, we just drew Magic Jammer to counter Trap card, which discard 1 card from your hand to the graveyard to negate the activation of a spell card and destroy it. We will throw that down. If I summon the Baby Dragon, it doesn't really do anything. I can't destroy both of these cards. Only Axe Raider can destroy one of them. So I don't know. We will just put the Baby Dragon into defense position. It kind of ruins the Polymerization hope, but I don't want to waste a turn of not getting a monster on the field, and I don't want to put Penguin Soldier just in case I need it. So let's do that. And then I will use the Axe Raider to destroy this Kodadama. I know I could take the life points from the Alligator Sword, but I don't. I want to get that out of the way in case I lose the Axe Raider. I think it's easier to deal with Alligator Sword with only 1500 attack. So he's at 9,600 now life points. Baby Dragon, the 3-star monster, 1200 attack, 700 defense. So I'm going to lose both of these cards right now, but that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. So what do I want to add to my hand? I think I am going to take my own Alligator Sword. Obviously not for the purposes of Polymerization anymore since I'm about to lose my Baby Dragon. But what I can do is get rid of both of his monsters next turn. And that is, I think, the goal here, so that he has no monsters on the field.
I'll just go along and set this card here. Let me give you a
So
little
he is playing another card face down. But we're in a decent spot right here. He hasn't had the best draws, thankfully. Oh, hey, I can actually bring the Alligator Sword Dragon onto the field. Let's do that, yeah. Let's use Polymerization. And we are going to bring forth the Alligator Sword Dragon. So we do have to sacrifice the Alligator Sword and the Baby Dragon to do so. That is a special summon, so that doesn't impact our ability to summon a monster this turn. I am going to risk the biscuit and put the... Oh, maybe I'm not going to do it. Okay. Torrential Tribute. Never mind. All right. So Torrential Tribute, that's a card we just talked about. We have it down ourselves. You can activate this card when a monster is summoned, including flip summon and special summon, destroy all monsters in the field. All right. So we lost all our monsters, but I haven't played a monster this turn because that was a special summon. So I am going to put the Penguin Soldier finally down just to protect my life points. And I am going to put the Magical Cylinder down 2 now to protect my life points even more. With the thought that I might be able to but I might be able to save the Penguin Soldier. So he's taken 3 cards back, the Swordsman of Landstar, the Alligator Sword, and his own Island Turtle. He's definitely going to summon one of them right now, that's for sure. Okay, Island Turtle. Nothing I can do. I don't want to use the Torrential Tribute right now. I am going to block this with the Magical Cylinder so I can protect and hold on to my Penguin Soldier.
Oh, no.
And I'll show you what I mean just in case I don't get a monster here. Okay, got my own Island Turtle. So yeah, this is what I was talking about. I can now flip the Penguin Soldier into its position. And I can return up to 2 monsters on the field. So I will return his Island Turtle, and I will return my own Penguin Soldier. So I can use the Penguin Soldier for later, just in case he does get something super powerful on the field. And I am going to put my Island Turtle that I just drew, that 4-star monster, 1100 attack, 1100 attack, 2000 defense in defense position. So at least protect my life points for a couple turns, I'm hoping. That's fine. Don't need to worry about that. No need to waste a Torrential Tribute on that. Plays another card face down. Okay. I drew the Gemini Elf, which, you know, like I always say, 4-star monster, 1900 attack, 900 defense. It is the best 4-star normal monster and the highest attack position monster without a negative impact that requires no tribute. Love it when I have it, hate it when my opponent has it. I am going to summon that Gemini Elf, and I am going to use it to attack and destroy his Alligator Sword. Kunai with Chain. That is a good card. Yeah, so Kunai and Chain, it's a trap card, and you can shift an opponent's monster in attack position to defense position. In addition, you can increase the attack of one of your own monsters by 500 points. So yeah, that makes my Gemini Elf go into defense position, and he also gains 500 attack points. Thank God I didn't put the Island Turtle into attack mode. I was considering it to get some life point damage, but happy I didn't do that. So now at least I'm protected in that regard. Well, never mind. Is this a time to use Torrential Tribute? I am going to lose both of my monsters. All I have is the Penguin Soldier. If I don't gain a monster, I'm in trouble. So I think this is the time. We are going to use Torrential Tribute. He just summoned the Goblin Attack Force, which is that 4-star monster with 2300 attack, 0 defense. Well, he's bringing it back. And I'm not going to Magic Jam that because it is going to go into defense position after this. So, but yeah, when this card attacks, it is changed to defense position at the end of the battle phase. This position cannot be changed during your next phase. You use Premature Burial to get it back on the field, which is you pays 800 life points, select one monster card from your graveyard, special summon it to face up attack position, and equip it. When this card is destroyed, the monster is also destroyed. He did play a card face down as well. I have Monster Reborn, so select one monster card from either your opponent's or your own graveyard and place it on the field under your control and attack or defense position, face up. This is considered a special summon. What could we bring back? There's only an Alligator Sword there. I know I have my Gemini Elf, which might be the move. Alright. I'm thinking we're going to go Gemini Elf for the Monster Reborn, or, I know this is crazy, Sagan. And the reason for Sagan is to get another monster into my hand. I don't feel very protected right now. And I can at least get rid of the Goblin Attack Force with its 0 defense. So I know this is weird. I mean, it's a very weak monster, but I only need to beat 0, and this at least has a good effect. So I am going to use Monster Reborn. I am going to take Sagan back and put it into attack position. I am going to throw the Penguin Soldier onto the field, so because that was a special summon, I can still summon. And when Sagan dies, I will at least try to get something worthwhile into my hands to protect ourselves more. So we'll end it there. He's going to be over 9,000 life points still, and I'm at 5,000, but that's okay. As long as he doesn't get something too crazy here. Island Turtle again onto the field at 4-star monster, 1,100 attack, 2,000 defense. So I can now pick something and bring it to the field. Let's see. I could just take something to destroy the Island Turtle, like an Alligator Sword or a Gamma the Magnet Warrior, but I don't know if that's really worth it. I'm leaning towards either Morphing Jar, number 2, to just have the defensive mechanism, or Witch of the Black Forest, which I can then bring forth. Yeah, I think we're going to do that. We're going to bring forth Witch of the Black Forest. It's going to be a sacrifice move that I'm about to do if I don't get another monster. So Witch of the Black Forest, 4-star monster. When this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, move 1 monster with a defense of 1,500 or less to your deck to your hand. Your deck's then shuffled. So we're going to do just that. We are going to summon the Witch of the Black Forest. Actually, I can bring this back for at least 1 turn, but is that worth it? I think it is. Yeah. All right, we're going to flip the Penguin Soldier. And this will allow me to return up to 2 cards from the field. I'm going to take his Island Turtle, bring it back to his hand. And I'm also going to take my Penguin Soldier, bring it back to my hand. That way I can use Penguin Soldier later if I need to. Put the Time Seal down. And then we are going to use the Witch of the Black Forest to attack him directly. Okay, Scapegoat. We saw this in the last game too. It's a counter magic card. When this card is activated, you cannot summon any monster in the same turn, including Flip Summon or Special Summon. Place 4 sheep tokens, 0 attack, 0 defense, in defense position on your side of the field. The tokens cannot be used as tribute for a tribute summon. So he's going to get those 4 to protect himself. But that's okay. We know the Island Turtle is going to come back onto the field, but there's nothing we can do in that regard. Yeah, okay. But we can always keep, if he doesn't attack us, we can keep returning it to his hand. So I maybe should use Time Seal there, but we can use it next turn, I guess.
I'm gonna resurrect a monster from the
Yeah. Well, no, he probably had that in his hand before. Is it worth the Magic Jammer? No, because it's just going to go defense position. So he is using Monster Reborn. Select 1 monster card from either your opponent's or your own graveyard and place it on the field under your control and attack or defense position. Face up. This is considered special summon. Just what I did with Sangan. It's just going to go back in defense position, which is fine. That's the Island Turtle. Oh, he didn't attack. Interesting. Okay, whatever. I am going to throw the Penguin Soldier back down onto the field, and I will use the Witch of the Black Forest to destroy 1 of these sheep tokens. We're hoping he doesn't have anything tribute-wise, but if he does, well, nothing we can really do. We do have 2 cards that can kind of stop that. Oh, that's the Island Turtle. I wonder what that is then. Nope, we're going to let that happen. So we will return 2 cards. Let's take this face down card. And I think if I take 1 of these sheep tokens, it's just destroyed, right? Yeah. So we'll do that.
I'll just go along and set this card here. Let me give you a little hint. You better be careful because this card's a trap.
Okay. All right, we are going to tribute. We just drew the Flame Service. It's a 6-star monster with 2,100 attack, 1,800 defense. We're going to tribute the Witch of the Black Forest to bring forth the Flame Service. And that will activate the Witch of the Black Forest's effect. So I can add a monster. I am... I am worried that he's going to tribute something, and I'm not going to be able to deal with it. And none of these monsters can deal with a 2400 attack monster. So it really comes down to Blast Sphere or Morphing Jar number 2. I am playing defensive. Maybe you guys would have played aggressive, but I'm going to take Morphing Jar number 2 just in case he does get something crazy on the field. And I can now use the Flame Cerebus to attack and destroy his Island Turtle. I'm hoping this will finally force him to use Goblin Attack Force on the Flame Cerebus. I will likely lose it, but there's not really much I can do. Let's use the Time Seal now so he just doesn't get a chance to draw anything against us. Okay, can't stop that. It is what it is. It sucks to lose the Flame Cerebus, but I'm banking that I'm going to get a monster here and be able to destroy. He did summon the Swordsman of Lancaster after the fact. 500 attack, 1200 defense. Oh, I got a monster, but with a 0 attack. 3-star monster, Kodama, 0 attack, 600 defense. As long as this card remains face up on the field, monsters of the same name cannot exist on the field at the same time. Face down, cards not included. If this card of the same name is summoned in a later turn, that card is destroyed. If 2 cards of the same name are played at the same time, both cards destroyed. I don't think I also mentioned that I drew Giant Trunade, so apologies. Return all spell and trap cards on the field to the respective owner's hand. No need to play that now, but hey, I can protect my life points at least for this upcoming turn because he can't destroy that 1600 attack monster, or defense monster rather, so unless he summons, tributes something here.
I'm switching it to defense position.
Okay, fine. I need to destroy this Goblin Attack Force this turn though, so I really need a monster. Which I got. It is a tribute monster, but I will take it. The Gadget Soldier with the 6-star monster, 1800 attack, 2000 defense. So I will tribute the Kodama for the Gadget Soldier. And I will use the Gadget Soldier to get rid of the Goblin Attack Force before he can bring it back into attack position. So we are hoping that he doesn't have a tribute monster here to tribute this Swordsman of Landstar. But even if he does, I do have the Morphing Jar number 2 as a defensive mechanism here. There it is. Is it the Amphibian Beast? It's probably the Amphibian Beast. Yep. 6-star monster, 2400 attack, 2000 defense. Wish I had that myself. So we're down to 4,100 life points. He has 10,200. But we do have the Morphing Jar number 2, which we just drew the Headless Knight, 4-star monster, 1,450 attack, 1,700 defense. We will throw that down there so that he can hopefully bring it back to his deck. I don't know if I discussed what this card is, so apologies if I didn't. 3-star monster, 800 attack, 700 defense, and it's a flip effect of return all monster cards on your field to their respective decks and shuffle them. You and your opponent then pick up cards until you both have the same number of monster cards level 4 or lower that will return to each deck. Special summon that monster on the field in face down defense position. Any other cards picked up are discarded to the graveyard, which is what we're hoping for. So let's see what happens here. Okay, Witch of the Black Forest, that 4-star monster with 1,100 attack and 1,200 defense. And he would allow it to pick a monster of 1,500 defense or less and bring it back to his hand. Ah, good, we're getting rid of the Red Eyes, we're getting rid of the Amphibian Beast, put them all in there. That's perfect, I like it. So he had to discard that Amphibian Beast, and he had to discard the Red Eyes Black Dragon, which is a 7-star monster with 2,400 attack and 2,000 defense. So we just drew Blast Sphere. So it's a 4-star monster with 1,400 attack and defense. And when your opponent attacks this monster in face down defense position, this card is treated as an equip card. It is used to equip the attacking monster. Damage is not calculated. The equipped monster and this card are destroyed during your opponent's next standby phase. Your opponent then receives direct damage equal to the equipped monster's attack. Good defensive card. I'm glad that I drew it. But we're going to summon the Headless Knight to start here and hopefully now finally start breaking through his life points here. It's been a very long duel. I'm also at a lower card count, 17 compared to him at 24, so I can't like try to wait this out. I really do need to break through. So that brings him down to 9,250, although it's going to go back up because of the Solomon Wishes. Gillosaurus in attack mode. So we saw this in the other duel. It's a 3-star monster, and you can treat the normal monster's card as a special summon. If you select special summon, your opponent may select a monster card from his or her graveyard and special summon the monster on the field. There's a reason you did do that, because I have some pretty powerful monsters in my deck. We just drew the Goblin Attack Force, the 4-star monster with 2,300 attack and 0 defense. And as I always say, if it is a monster with not more than 1,900 attack points and no tribute, it comes with a negative effect, which this does. When this card attacks, it is changed defense position. At the end of the battle phase, the position cannot be changed during your standby phase. We saw that on his side too, so we will summon that. It is going to go into defense position once I attack, but that's fine. We'll use the Headless Knight to attack this Gillosaurus. I'm going to be very happy to finally get some big damage on him with this 2,300 here.
Man, that was close. Too close.
That brings him down to 7,400. We're going to go in defense position. I'm hoping he doesn't have a monster here. And I'm hoping he can't destroy the Goblin Attack Force, but we will see.
I summon Alligator.
Okay, Alligator Sword, 4-star monster, 1,500 attack, 1,200 defense. There goes my my Headless Knight. That sucks. Especially because the Goblin Attack Force is still in defense position. That's perfect. I will take that. Gamma the Magnet Warrior, 4-star monster, 1,500 attack, 1,800 defense. I'm going to summon that in attack position. I cannot change this until the next turn. I'm going to play the risk game here and trade Gamma for Alligator Sword and hope that he doesn't get another monster, and I can bring the Goblin Attack Force back into attack position the next turn. So we'll see. As long as he doesn't have a monster, we're okay. Even if he does, we'll see what it is. Okay, I'll take that. Put it in defense position. That's perfect. That will allow me to throw the Goblin Attack Force back into attack position. I did just draw the Gemini Elf. As I always say, love when I have this card, hate when my opponent does. It's a 4-star normal monster, 1,900 attack, 900 defense. We will throw that into attack position. We will use the Goblin Attack Force to attack whatever this face-down card is. Sucks. 4-star Ladybug of Doom. He's going to get rid of 2 of my strongest 4-star monsters. 3-star card, 1,800 attack, 1,200 defense, and destroys all face-up level 4 monsters on your opponent's side of the field. So I lost both of my 2 really, really strong 4-star monsters. It is what it is. Okay, Darkfire Soldier number 1, 4-star monster with 1,700 attack and 1,150 defense. That's going to be tough to deal with. I'm down to 2,350 life points. Alright, we just drew Call of the Haunted. It's a continuous trap card, and you can select 1 monster from your graveyard and special summon it in face-up attack position. When this card is destroyed or removed from the field, the summoned monster is destroyed. If the summoned monster is destroyed, this card is also destroyed. We're going to throw that down, and we're going to put the Blast Sphere into defense position. If he does tribute, hopefully he attacks the Blast Sphere and it will equip itself. Mystical Space Typhoon. Yes, I want to protect Call of the Haunted, so I am finally going to use Magic Jammer. I do have to discard 1 card from my hand, so the only card I have is the Giant Toondre. That will stop the Mystical Space Typhoon from destroying Call of the Haunted. I do feel like I need Call of the Haunted to get a monster back on the field to attack. There's the Witch of the Black Forest again. He's going to use the Witch of the Black Forest to attack the Blast Sphere. We'll let it equip itself to the Witch of the Black Forest. And we will now use Call of the Haunted so that he can't attack us directly. And we need something more than 1,700, which it's going to probably be the Gemini Elf. I could take... Oh, no, I have Flame Service in here. Goblin Attack Force, I don't want to deal with the negative effect of it having to go to defense position. So we'll take our strongest monster without a negative effect. Oh, he's got another Mystical Space Typhoon. That sucks. I think this is going to be a loss, honestly. That sucks. I felt like we had some tools to win, but he just had more. So there's nothing really I could do. Unless I draw a good card, which this works. This keeps us alive. Zombra the Dark, 4-star monster. 2100 attack, 500 defense. This card cannot attack a player directly. Each time this card destroys a monster in battle, decrease the attack of this card by 200 points. So we'll summon that on the field, and we're going to use that to attack and destroy the Darkfire Soldier, because the Blast Sphere is going to go off next turn and destroy Witch of the Black Forest. I am concerned with what card he's going to add to his hand, especially with Zombra now being at 1900 attack, and I only have 650 life points left. So we'll have to see what he takes. But I am definitely running out of resources here. What is he taking? Jinzo. Great. If he gets that on the field, well, yeah, I was already probably in a pickle anyways. Okay, Rocket Warrior. We've seen that before. 4-star monster, 1500 attack, 1300 defense. The effect of this card can only be applied during the battle phase of your own turn. Any damage this monster takes is reduced to 0. Any monster attacked by this card has its attack decreased by 500 points. Good, I'm glad we got something good here. Axe Raider, 4-star monster, 1700 attack, 1150 defense. I need monsters at this point because I need to break through this and hope that Jinzo doesn't get on the field. So we'll summon the Axe Raider. We're going to use Zombra the Dark to attack and destroy his Rocket Warrior. And then we will use the Axe Raider. That will bring Zombra down to 1700, so it's getting pretty useless. And we'll use the Axe Raider to attack his life points directly. This is a very long duel, so I appreciate everyone's patience here. We only have 11 cards left, and he has 17, so we do need to break through fast here. That brings him up to 6,800. Another monster down. If that is anything that I can't beat with 1,700, we're in trouble. Oh. Okay. We drew Buster Blader. It is a 7-star monster with 2,600 attack, 2,300 defense. The attack of this card increases by 500 points for every Dragon-type monster on your opponent's side of the field in the graveyard. I am worried. If I don't destroy whatever that card is face down, he will get Jinzo on the field and I will lose. I have to summon the Buster Blader. I don't want to sacrifice both of these cards because I want to deal direct damage to him with only 10 cards to draw, but I need to get rid of this. So Buster Blader is going to increase by 1,000 because there's 2 dragons in the graveyard. Oh, we're done. All right, he has his own Blast Sphere. In one more turn, I'm going to lose 3,600 life points as a result. So I would need Mystical Space Typhoon or Harpy's Feather Duster right now to get rid of that. And we don't get it. Oh no, it's on the second turn. So it's on the first turn, so never mind. It doesn't do anything. Well, that was a fun duel regardless. It was very back and forth. I just feel like I ran out of resources nonetheless. So that is our second loss of the series. It sucks that we had to go as far as we did and come away with a loss, but this deck just needs a lot more improvement, and the only way to get that improvement is if I actually start winning cards. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this series. Thanks as always for watching. If you would like to leave a like or a comment or subscribe, I would very much appreciate it. So I'll see you guys later.